Welcome back to Cox Connections. Through partnerships with home builders and contractors across the region, HomeAid helps maintain the housing that many organizations use to help homeless families here in Northern Virginia. Joining us to talk about the HomeAid organization and its programs is Executive Director Christy Eaton. Welcome, Christy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So tell us about the mission of HomeAid.
Sure. Well, HomeAid's mission is to build and renovate housing to help people get back on their feet. We do that by partnerships with both the home builder community and the shelter community. Many of the shelter organizations, in Northern Virginia, they own a number of properties and they need help renovating these when the families move in and out of these homes. And so we're able to use the support and the relationships we have with the home builders to do the renovations for free or substantially reduce costs to the shelters and save them lots of money. This year happens to be our 15-year anniversary. We were started back in 2001 by the Northern Virginia Building Industry Association, and since then we've given $13 million in housing to the local community, and with a savings of about $6 million. So those are big numbers for the shelter community, and that's money that they've saved to be able to reinvest in their programs and services for their homeless clients. So it's something that we're very proud of, and we want to keep doing it.
That's wonderful. So tell me more about the programs that you actually have and the groups that you serve.
Sure. So our housing program is our biggest program. This is where we work with shelters to renovate properties that they own or to expand existing shelters or to build new shelters. So we work with shelters to understand their vision for the property, the families or the individuals that are homeless that are going to use it and how they're going to use it. And then we work with the builders to find out the right builder to be the builder captain for the project and lead the project from start to finish. Our goal throughout the whole time is to make a very dignified, stable home for a family to rebuild their lives. And at the end of the day, we want to know that we're making an impact on that family so that they can move on and be more self-sufficient and do the things that they want out of life. We feel that everybody deserves a home. That's the only way people are going to be stabilized. It's hard to have a job. It's hard to stay healthy when you have no place to live. If you don't know how you're going to feed your kids and where you're going to lay your head at night, it's really hard to get to the root of some of your other issues. And so having a home is what it starts with, and that's what HomeAid provides. In addition, what we started last year was our Helping Hands program. And this is where when we turn over a home, whether it's a single family home or a condo that we've just renovated, it's beautiful, it has new flooring, new carpet, granite countertops, appliances. It doesn't have the furnishings it needs for a family to start their life. And we realized the holistic approach to this is to really engage some volunteers to provide the food and the items that are needed for the home for a family to really get started. Because again, we want to take the burden off the family to try to find these things for themselves, or even the shelter organization to have to use their limited resources to provide this. And so we are actively looking for volunteers to help us provide these things. And we've had many already donate, and believe me, the smiles on the faces of the families when we deliver, a welcome basket full of linens and the towels, the shower curtain, the pots and pans, or a large, basket of food that they can get started with. It really does make a difference. Many of these families are just moved to tears because people they don't even know are helping them in this way, and it really makes a difference in their life.
That's amazing. And I know you serve all of Northern Virginia, but a lot of the projects you've worked on are right here in Fairfax County.
Absolutely. We've done over $1 million worth of work in Fairfax County. We have a number of projects right now in Fairfax County that we're working on. We have a lot of shelter partners in Fairfax County. Many of our builders are in Fairfax County. And so, for instance, Cornerstones is one of our biggest shelter partners in Fairfax County. We do several projects for them a year. And they do great work. We want to be able to provide the homes that they need for their families so that they can provide the case management, the skills training, the counseling that those families need to really get back on their feet. And so having partnerships in Fairfax County and throughout Northern Virginia is what makes the difference. HomeAid doesn't exist, it doesn't work without the partnerships from the building community and the shelter community.
And you mentioned that you've donated $13 million. That's amazing.
Yes.
But where does that money come from? And you have a very slim staff, you and two assistants. But where do you get the money to fund these ventures?
So the generosity for our projects comes from the home building community. It's the home builders, it's the subcontractors, it's the suppliers and manufacturers that are making those in-kind donations of labor and materials for every project we do. At a minimum, even on our largest project, which was a $2 million million project, we were able to save 30 to 40% off the cost of that project. Many of our smaller projects are 100% donated. So when we talk about these large numbers, it really is from the generosity of the home building community. These are the things that they do every day for their business, and it's easy for them to come and provide that for one of our projects. And you know, it's amazing how generous they can be, and they love it. I mean, we hear all the time from many of our corporate partners how great it is to participate in our projects, because this is sort of the highlight of their day. They're out there working day in, day out. They've got deadlines to meet. They've got, you know, financial goals, but here they're getting to do something that they know how to do, and you know, it's for a good cause. And so it's a great relationship that we have with the home building community.
It's a wonderful story. Now, if our viewers want to learn more about how they can help you by being part of Helping Hands, the volunteer group, or make donations, because you do have some great fundraising events through the year, how can they learn more?
Sure. So our website is going to have everything that they need, and that's www.homeaidnova.org. And certainly we are always looking for individuals and corporate volunteers to help out with our Helping Hands program. We have a baseball night down in Prince William County each year where we give out 300 tickets to the baseball game, and we would love to have some corporate volunteers help us give out the t-shirts and the tickets to that game to the families from the shelters. So we have a number of ways for people to get involved, either, you know, themselves or their company or their church group or other organizations that they're involved in. You know, we're always looking to partner with people.
That's wonderful. Christy, thank you so much for being here to tell us about the great work of HomeAid.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. And thanks for joining me on this episode of Cox Connections. And before we end, I just want to personally say on behalf of our 2,400 Virginia employees, thank you for being a customer. We've invested over $1.3 billion in our Virginia network since 2006 to bring you state-of-the-art products and services, and we continue those investments today with more excitement to come. Thanks for watching Cox Connections, and have a great day.